for my okay, recording started now. It's okay. So for my current, let's say we have a credit card, right? So this month bought, purchased, let's say iPhone 17 Pro Max. For that, I have obtained no cost EMI 1 year. So every month I was paying 10,000. Now each month I was checking like how much balance it was there, whether if I will do pre-closure of this EMI, what will be the discount? Is there are any other offer which that bank can provide us? Like that, we are analyzing manually. Instead of that, agentic AI itself, it will give you the your complete ledger. So this many EMI was paid by you, this many EMI was pending from your end. So if you are paying right now, this many, let's say you bought it for one rate of interest. Now, if you are doing pre-closure within 6 months, so 0.5 percentage you will get that discount, or else 0.3 percentage you are getting the discount. Like that, agent AI itself, it will suggest you. Then you can go on to close your EMIs. Like that, in company account reconciliation process, it will create the complete figure daily basis. So these many invoices has been received, these many invoices has been processed, and these many invoices are pending. So here we need a manual intervention. Why? What is the reason behind? So like that, it will give that complete picture in agentic AI KPI dashboard itself. So as I don't know how much you are aware about that current state of account reconciliation process, right? See, this is repetitive data entry. Imagine per day 2000 invoices, you have to do the same activity. See, there are different scenarios, but same activity, data entry activity. For that, you have deployed in your own organization 15 FTE. For them, if you are paying 10,000, then monthly how much you are paying for 15 FTE. So that is major bottleneck pain area for organization, right? So that's why we are bringing nowadays tool stack. Which tool stack will be more efficient? Comparing to me, like I have done a lots of R&D, so I have done many POCs in that, which is user friendly and easy to interact with the system. Nowadays, in DevCon, they have implemented Mastro. If you will write your prompt, automatically it will generate your workflow, right? So for me, best experience with UiPath, which is in currently super in market. So people are availing it, and people are doing much more process. Not only accounts reconciliation process, accounts payable, accounts receivable. There are lots of use cases which they are implementing. So when you are coming into agentic AI, you have to see the security risk. Okay, if I'm going to implement agentic AI, what are all the security layer I have to think? What is the application layer? What are all the security layers? What are all the data layer was there? If I will put my data, if it will spread it to across, what will happen? For that, what are all the governance I have to bring? How I have to make my firewall is blocking all those information, keeping safe. Like that, each auditor will do audit risk. So what are all the process was happened and how it was safe? Is there are any discrepancies using agentic AI? So if you are talking about error data and quality, so how many of you are as a human when you are giving the input data to A person to B person, how many of you worked on the rework? How many of you done rework? Myself, I have done, let's say, taking this particular past 6 days. If I was giving some reports to my leadership level, based upon my thought process, I have prepared this account reconciliation process statement. But they will come up with us, no, this is not I'm expecting. I want different format. Again, I have to go and sit rework on that accounts reconciliation process. I have to refine it completely. So just a example I'm telling in the system, imagine. So per day 2000 invoices I am processing, then any as a human always sometimes we will miss or there is a deadline for reconciliation process. I am unable to meet that deadline. What will be the business impact? Which are all the business it will be impacted? What is the then based upon the impact, who all are it will be affected? If it will affect the business, then you can imagine there are lots of back and forth communication will start over email or calls, whatever it is. Avoiding all this manual process, data quality, that exception, everything. So better you can go and suggest to your organization. This is what the problem statement. We are planning to do solution design for this. If we will implement this over period of some time, then it will be good accuracy which we are expecting. If you will see business, I was telling right, 5 to 7 days they will take for completing the entire reconciliation process in a monthly. Per day, whatever they are doing invoice processing for to the consolidation for consolidating those invoices. What are all the invoices? Account reconciliation was completed. What are all the things are pending? What are all the things are in incomplete? Which are all the things are on hold? Waiting for approval, not yet approved. Like this, they have to prepare a account reconciliation status summary report. Then they have to send it for across the business. Then business will come to us. No, this was clear. You go and immediately fix it. They have to this 5 to 7 days. They have to work on 24 bar into 7. So audit risk, this SAP Oracle business unit which we are talking about as we speak, right? 2 to 5% is there is a matching error as well. It's my personal experience with the my previous organization. It's my personal experience. So then we went and sat with them. We have seen this complete process 2 weeks without doing any detail. How they are doing manually. What are all the scenarios and how they are matching the rows, why they are doing it manually. If I will do simple RPA, what will, whether I'm able to achieve it for complete reconciliation process. If not, what will be the best additional tool stock or technology I can bring? Like that, we sat with them 2 weeks. Then we have figured out their main problems areas. Then we have given proposal to business. We have obtained the approval. We have successfully implemented this. That time, agentic AI was in pilot. Let's say pilot phase. It was. I was talking about in 2025. So whatever the exception backlog, if they have, it will take 7 to 14 days. Why? Because it's a people dependency. Sometimes if I'm going on out of office, if there is a dependency with me, they have to wait for I have until I am returned, right? So it is a huge impact for business. There will be escalation also. So now as per market standard market analysis, if you will go and implement this, there is a 73% of the account reconciliation process was still done by human. If you are implementing agentic AI 5x faster, it's based upon my experience. If you are having your own experience, then you can imagine. So then now we have a technology where whatever we want to do, we can do. But during the implementation, you have to keep it in mind. Whenever you are taking any one of the agentic AI use case, you have to always think your security layer. How I am going to bring this governance into the leadership level, whether you are a developer, solution architect, if you are a manager or product owner, scrum master, whoever it is, when you are giving this proposal to your organization, always you have to talk about governance. So if you will see, overall 500k transaction per day if across organization if you guys are doing, then if it is a straight through process for agentic AI 90% STP which you can achieve as we speak 5 to 5 days, 5 days max you can consider manually. Your agentic AI will complete that cycle within 8 hours. Your accuracy would be 99.9 percentage, which I was thinking, but still there is a here and there are some percentage will go down. Then if you are talking about cost perspective per transaction, it's a $0.004 per human per transaction. They will take 15 minutes. Your agentic AI will complete that transaction fraction of second because your everything was integrated. You don't want any human intervention. This audit finding already we have discussed. So now traditional versus agentic AI. So as we spoke, manual data entry, matching the rows, days to complete close this cycle. Days to complete close this cycle with 15 FTEs, not single FTE. There is a error. Then this sometimes if your system was going down, see in the bot also there is a if it system will not respond, you have to wait for system. But in manually system was connected, they doesn't know with whom they have to reach out. First of all they have to reach out to their manager will go and talk to some people, then they will come back to us. You can go and talk to this person may help you. It's a manual interaction, right? In a person we can't, because nowadays most of the time we are doing work from home. So you have to write that email, or you have to set up some time, you have to chase with them, get it resolved, then only you are able to start the your reconciliation process. Here if your system was disconnected, still API will support you. So that is what that solution which I am talking about. So this is your agentic AI era, how it will read that data from different ERP system and how it will feed that data across your banking system, internet, whatever it is. Then API solution which we are talking about, whatever it is, native PDF or unstructured handwritten, whatever it is easy to extract, and it will go and applies the line whether it's a business rule, what are the exception was learned, how can avoid those exceptions, and autonomously it will make that decision instead of human. So let's say today you have processed 2000 invoices. In that 10 invoices was not yet processed, various reasons. Now using Action Center, you are resolving them, those problems. In future what will happen next day if similar kind of the issues will occur, agent itself it will take that decision. Okay, previously it was done like this, similar kind of the pattern will be applied and it will be processed by agent itself. During that time you don't want action center in the place. Let's say imagine after 1 year if all your problems was trained by agent, then you don't want any human in the loop. Automatically it will goes and it will complete the account reconciliation process. Here you have that your UiPath inside dashboard, directly you can integrate with them. Then it will give you the per day how many transaction was processed, how many are successful, how many are failed, business exception. It will give you the complete picture. You human don't want prepare that reconciliation summary manually, but itself it will extract those information and it will generate the report. It will send it to across whoever it wants, business leadership level, whoever they wants. So here I'm talking about enterprise architecture. There are different layers, but here the key for this specific use case there are 4 layers. Imagine you are trying to identify the business problem. First what you will do, First we will see the data sources. Okay, where is this data is coming? In that data, what are all the scenarios we have, whether it's a handwritten or native or system, whatever, lots of combination, which are all the system was involved, whether ERP, SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, whatever it is. Then which are all the ledger and what are all the types of documentation we are receiving. Sometimes they will send the Excel, PDF, Word document, and email body. So there are lots of different types of data sources. Then you will go and orchestrate your layer. Let's say what are how you are planning to implement this. Default AI path orchestrator. If I want a agentic AI, whether I have a license. If I have that license, I'm fine. If I'm not having that license, so how much it will be costing? So whether my client was happy to avail this license, if they are able to avail, then I will go and talk about my business rule engine. What is the decision intelligent? Because if you are proposing this to any other new organization or new vendors, first they will ask POC. Have you done, have been done any POC like this? So for implementing this POC, what are all the different combination I want? So all those things you have to keep it in mind. Then automatically you can go and implement your automation engine. Then as we speak, that reporting and insights dashboard, real-time dashboard will be updated. You don't want to connect with your auditor for manually. So auditor can go and check all the information in your logs itself, in orchestrator, dashboard, everywhere. In case they need some clarification, then only they will reach out to you. Then CFO also, for CFO reports automatically it will generate. Then complaints and evidence, everything was taken care by here itself. So this is the implementation road based on my recommendation. So if you have different way of implementing, go for it. Per day, if you are taking 500 invoices, okay, now we have a master. If you will give, it will create that workflow, and you have to do the validations, everything. Then you have to do showcase that demo, everything. For that, until deploying into starting with pilot phase, gathering the requirement until implementing, minimum it will take max 50 to 90 days. If you are ever considering all happy path, if you have lots of approvals is pending and you have to wait for some of the information from them, which it will take 1 month, 2 months, during that time you have to consider as a 90 days. So as we speak, you can do discovery. In case if you are familiar in process mining, you can implement your process mining, get that raw data, even log, and whatever information as much as you can bring it from them. Then you can go and implement your process mining. Then you use your connectivity with system, or else directly you can upload that CSV raw data. Then you can extract all the information for discovery process, then create your first draft PDD for pilot phase. Then you have to maintain your KPI management for sign off. Why? Because it's a agent KPI. If you are doing normal RPA, you don't want to implement any document, you don't want any PDD, you don't want anything. When you are coming into agent KPI, you have to clearly define in your documentation, get it approved from respective business along with your team. Okay, once it was aligned, then go for the pilot phase or POC, whatever it is. Because tomorrow they may raise some concerns. So like this, if you are going to scale and optimize, let's say today you have implemented 500, next you are increasing into 1000. So that time, what are all the permutation and commission, pros and cons, back and forth communication, everything you have to see based upon that. This days you can plan it accordingly. As per my experience, I was implementing first time, so it took me really 90 to 180 days, because my client was giving the approval, taking all the governance, everything, then only we received approval because of that. So within 1 year, you can complete your multi-agent implementation, account reconciliation process, exception handling, agent action center, dashboard. Apart from this, if you want to get notified with ABC persons for that, in case my, let's say my client wants to get to know what are all the account reconciliation process was happened particular during this period to this period, inside dashboard will give. Even if you have that agent for separately, then directly plain text they will give, they will get those information in this agent itself. So risk and compliance already I have explained, but here you have to whatever SYX gap, these things I don't know every organization was having based upon my experience which we have followed. In your particular organization, if they have audit trail for different way of method, please go through it, then you can suggest your proposal. So last but not the least, if you will really implement this use case using agentic AI path, it will reduce 60 percentage of the cost reduction. You will get that accuracy after 1 year 99. In pilot phase, you may expect 70 to 75 percentage. Even if you are implementing that pilot phase with less invoice, you can get this accuracy. But whenever you are trying to implement this, go for at least average volume. Do not go for like 1 percentage to always consider for if they are processing 2000, at least you have to take 5 to 10 percentage of the volume. Then only your agent will able to understand, extract those information, feeding into SAP, Oracle, whatever system ecosystem which your organization was using. Then it will always, once the agent was able to do that, it will happen for within a day or within, based upon your account reconciliation timings, it will complete 70. Earlier, if you are closing month end, let's say May 30, now it will complete your reconciliation process 1 day before 75 percentage with max volume of the record. So now this I have built for this demo. Okay, I will go on mute. Please feel free to let me know if you are able to hear that system audio as well. Yeah, this is what high level demo which I have prepared for this particular session. I have this complete code with me. Okay, I will put it in my repository, then I will give it to Sugani. So whoever is joining this session, so feel free to share with them. Yeah, so let's key takeaways. Okay, so how reconciliation was broken, manual effort was 70% and higher error rates and multi-days closing cycle which we are discussing, and it will go for autonomy 85 percentage, accuracy, this is for automation rate, this is accuracy 99.5 percentage. You have your real-time dashboard seeing that what went well, what not went well, where I need improvements, all those things. 60 percentage of cost reduction, 75 percentage first closer. Your ROI will be 4, almost it is 4.2 what I have mentioned. It will go beyond that as well. It's based upon my experience. Okay, so these are all the key takeaways which we have discussed so far. So now I have seen that question. Sorry, how the Acton Leon agent. Okay, see, that's what I was telling, right? You have your invoices. Let's say, sorry, your you are processing 2000 invoices. Okay, due to some various permutation and combination, your invoice not able to process. Okay, during that time, action in human in the loop part, action center was in place. So that particular scenario was resolved by human. Okay, human in terms of they are correcting those information into action center. Okay, then they are submitting, then agent will go on submit that reconciliation process. But imagine next time same or similar kind of the situation was occurring, agent itself it will take that decision directly, it will process that time, it won't come to action center human in the loop part. This is what act and learn which I was telling to all of us. Is there are any questions? Okay, so I was telling to you, right? So before wrapping up this session, I will talk about how you want to do your business architecture as well, right? See, if you are a developer, if you are a solution architect, whoever you was, okay, you have to see your value stream in that organization. Okay, based upon your value stream, you have to decide what is your enterprise strategy for this particular process, because you will have some different thought process. The moment you are talking about agentic AI into different organization, some organization may show interest, some organization due to various reasons immediately they will not accept. Okay, so you have to go with your value stream enterprise strategy. If your enterprise strategy was approved using business architecture, what is your ADM, architecture data management? Okay, that architecture data management was approved. Okay, then you will go for your enterprise architecture data strategy. Means define, measure. Okay, define, measure, then act, implement, then consult. You have to follow these rules in your business architecture level. Why? Because nowadays we are thinking about only with I'm the solution architect, I will bring this solution. I'm the developer, I will go and implement. With day-to-day basis we are learning, but you have to start from on the ground. If you are a developer, solution architect, whoever you are, you have to start with your business architecture level. So business architecture level will give you the CIO CFO level thought process, what is in their mindset. So based upon that, you have to bring your enterprise architecture. Enterprise architecture, what will happen? Whichever technology you are bringing into the table, enterprise architect team, they will go and discuss with, let's say, taking about you about the agentic AI. I am running my own company. Okay, one of the my solution designer developer who no, we are planning to implement this. Okay, then I will go and discuss with my enterprise architect what are all the challenges we face, if we will bring, how we can avoid those challenges. Then enterprise architect will come into the picture. They will discuss with the vendor. Okay, these are all the ABC level of license they have. If I will procure this license, whether it is feasible for this particular product. Always you have to think with your enterprise scale. Okay, then only once enterprise architect was approved, then only it will come into the that respective team. For that they will have governance call, that architecture review call. Everything was happened before allocating that license to, let's say, intelligent team, automation team. So you have to think from business architecture level to until supporting team. Then only this account reconciliation process will be successful. Because my BA was gather the requirement, he has given that requirement. My solution architect was given the solution. I was implementing. Wherever I was seeing that challenges, I'm going through a path forum or I am connecting with my colleagues, my contacts. I resolve them. That is not the case nowadays. You have to start from your business architecture level to until support team. If you will have this complete life cycle, then you will be able to understand the business problem functional knowledge. Whoever was there, please, if you are whoever you are, improve your functional knowledge as well. So it will help you for the both the ways. When you are implementing as a business, what I may expect, how I can resolve them immediately, business standpoint. If this will go to production, okay, that FT, how much FT or how much volume, whichever we have committed, if we will achieve, what is what is the next level of implementation from CTO, CFO mind thought process. Now you have implemented for one particular uh, domain, let's say healthcare. Same thing you are trying to replicate for commercial, retail, manufacturing, all the domains. Then, if you are scaling up, what are all the other things you have to do it from your end? Now you are familiar with healthcare domain. If same use case I was trying to, or I will be trying to implement into retail domain, that process may change, but logic is same. Process completely will change. Reconciliation process is same. That steps, everything will change. System, everything was same, but you have to think all the domains. That's why I was telling, start from business architecture, come with enterprise architecture level, then you will come to solution designer. Do not go for directly solution architecture. Solution designer, what they will does means, enterprise architect as well as solution designer, they will discuss, okay, this is what they have proposed as a solution designer. If we will implement this, which are all the system was invoked and how soon it will be delivered, what are all the other challenges we may expect, unexpected challenges, how we can resolve them before going to business. So these conversation will happen. Once it was decided, then only it will come to solution architect. Then BA prior based upon the prioritization, BA will go on, they will discuss with the business, they will gather the requirement, then BAs and ASA, they work together or they will work differently, separately. They will create their documentation, PDD, TDD, then test case. Once it was prepared, then once it is approved, developer can start the build. Right? This is what us currently we are following, but think from differently. After this session, if you are able to start from business architecture level, it will help you for your career as well. So this is what my experience so far, whatever I learned, whatever I have implemented, whatever my domain knowledge was, I have shared all of them in, let's say, 30 to 40 percentage. In future I may have different session. During that time I will cover some other topics as well. Do you have any other questions for me? I have seen all of them are mute. Yeah, Shivani.
Cool. I think you've covered the question in chat, right?
Yeah,
Perfect. Then we wrap this up. I will upload the recording and the deck so you all can see it on the same page where you registered from, maybe by Monday.
sure.
And I think, yeah, that is it. It was a great session. Thank you so much, Mani.
Thanks everyone. Thanks, Shivani. Thanks for organizing this. It was
Thank you,
awesome.
guys. Bye bye. Have a great weekend ahead.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.